Hey guys, thanks for joining the stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Just so you know, I did do a slightly early session this morning when I was just watching cartoons with my boy with my laptop on my lap, so I didn't stream it. And in fact, this is the first stream I've done this month. I know we're only on Sunday the 4th, but yeah, I've just been um, streaming at some strange hours and times for me where I've not always been at my playing at some strange hours for me where I've not always been at my desk and trying to fit it around like family commitments and things. So not been not been perfect conditions for streaming. Anyway, I had a good start this morning. I'm on $228 profit through 433 hands. Um, if you'll have watched any of my previous um, recent vlogs, you'll have seen that I have a $300 daily target with a $400 stop loss target. So if I hit $300 profit, basically I sit out after that and I chill out for the day. Or if I haven't had my fill of poker, I'll just watch some poker on YouTube or Twitch, and yeah, just get my fill that way. So it's gone well so far. It's a good way for me of managing it, I think, because I can't, I'm not a full-time poker pro. I just play to try and make a few thousand a month to supplement my existing salary from the other companies that I run. And so it means I can't sit there playing relentlessly, big, long 6, 7 hour sessions. So this gives me a point where I get to walk away either at 1,000 hands, I've lost 400, or made 300. So I should be winning more than I'm losing, which to date has always been the case. Uh, we're going to float this here. It's an annoying card. The spade also hits his range pretty well. I think because we didn't improve, we just have to check and release here. I haven't played too many hands against this chap, but he's been very aggressive since I joined the table. Um, and seeing as that's a big old bet as well, we're just trying to see a cheap showdown really there, but he's not letting us do it, so we'll give it him. We'll get him back. We'll get him back. Anyway, I'll show you my stats so far today. This is how it's looked. Just refresh that. So, oh, wait, that isn't correct. Hold on, my stream thing hasn't updated. Let me just update my video capture. I'm gonna say that. For a minute there, I thought I already hit my profit target, and I was like, how have I done that? Didn't mean to do that. Um, Properties. Change that focus. Let's change that to focus tracker 4. It's okay. There we go. There we go. Now it's up to date. It just hadn't updated. Anyway, this is how today has gone. So I was really close after just 100 and sort of 70 odd hands, just like a few dollars away from hitting my target, and then it sort of took me away from it. We're on our way back up again now. We're pretty flat, but yeah, I think if we hit the target relatively early today, then I'll go over a few hands from my previous session that I tagged. Um, I've had my very first session of the month. I hit my stop loss, sadly, so not a great start to the month. But then I've had two winning sessions since then, and hopefully we turn this one into a winning session as well. We will see. Anyway, we're going to try and fire up another table as well if I can. I think I was going to call Swaggy here. I've managed to jump onto another table. We've got table 1, table 2 here. Fold the 10-5 here. Pretty easy decision. So last month was a really positive month, mainly grinding $50 NL. Obviously a lot smaller stakes than this, but making 1,888 and a pretty good win rate, really, all things considered. So I was happy with last month, hoping that this month we can grind out an even bigger win and then start 2023 with a good solid bankroll for continuing this sort of system of playing 1-2, a bit of 51, and if I start to lose on the day, maybe go down to I'm just going to fold that here. Maybe go down. I'm going to free bet this. Maybe go down to $50 NL again. Okay, so we're going to add another table in here, but we may remove ourselves from table 1 just because it's trying to think which table. I don't really want 3 tables of 1-2 going at this stage because you can run into a bit too much action considering what I'm trying to do with the $400 stop loss. But we'll see. So let's get a feel for this table. It's just short-handed. I think we're going to leave table 2, In fact, we'll leave it on the next big blind rather than this. We've got this one at table 3. We may move table 3 just to table 2, just because we're going to get rid of table 2. If that makes sense. We basically, I want to be on tables with fewer of these aggressive regular players. So for my tagging system, generally you'll see people with purple are recreational players or fish, if you want to call them that. Or they are, if they're yellow, then they're like maniac, aggressive recreational players who are very profitable people for us to sit by. And if they are green, then they're typically tight, aggressive regs, which is obviously very solid and less profitable. And if they're red, then they are aggressive regular players. So very tricky. You don't really want them on your left, and if there's too many at your table, can be fine, but it just means that you're going to be getting involved in a lot bigger pots, a lot more high variance games, which is fine. But if there's an option to play at a table where it's not like that, then I'm definitely going to do that. So, for example, table 3 is way more preferable. So we're gonna leave table two and we'll move table three to table. We'll move table three to table two. Yeah. I'm just gonna call here with the sevens. He's very short stacked. I don't really want to be stacking off fully in a big pot if he re-raises me again. I'm sort of just hoping to flop something strong and then get him all in. Literally, both of these guys, it would be like the dream scenario. All right, so that table that you were just watching there, that is going to be our new table two. There it is. I'll raise this up. Let's just refresh those stats. $188 up through 463 hands. So we're going to be playing up to 1,000 hands max today, unless I have the time and I'm feeling incredibly fresh, I'll play more. But it's just my general rule so that I'm able to still balance my lifestyle between family and work and what have you, and fitness. Let's have a look at table one. Got two overcards on the flop after free betting. We have position. I feel like it's fine to take a small c bet here. Checking back is fine too. Just sort of depends on your opponent. To be honest, I think I just mix it up against Bash here. He's tighter than most regs, but you know, he's capable of some big plays. I think he's not check raising an awful lot, to be honest. Apparently, check raises. Well, he does check raise a fair bit, 29% of the time. That's quite a lot. That's way more than I thought he did. I was going to float that. Three of hearts now would be a lovely card. Wow, that's a really strong bet. I think because of just the massive bet he's putting in here, just firing away, check raise, huge bet. Probably just got to give him credit for like a jacks or something like that. Although we've got the jacks, so maybe queens. Although I'd have thought he would have four bet me with queens. Ace 10, possibly holding on to the top pair and wants to keep it that way. It could be a king 10 sort of hand. I think we'll just give up here. Not really sure what he's got, but we don't have much, so I guess we give it him. Nice hand, sir. Nice hand. That knocks us back down to $123. Swaggy, don't start getting cocky with me. I will four bet you. We're there. Swaggy has jumped on here. We're just going to flat here, see what we can get against these two fish. Backdoor flush. Got shot straight draw. Lost the flush draw now, unfortunately. Just going to keep checking that. And see that's popped. I think that's our cue to get out of the hand. King 9. Right, I'm just going to 3-bet that. Okay, that's not great. 27. He's quite happy to shove that in. We'll fold that. Okay, well, we're going to be doing that with our stronger hands as well. So hopefully he tries to do the shove on us a few more times. We've got Queen Jack over on table one. On the big blind, everyone's sitting out. I might sit out next hand. I'm just going to call here. Flop the gut shot straight with two overcards. I'm going to check call. It's rainbow, so there's nothing too scary about this. I don't expect us to be ahead, but certainly we've got a lot of equity in calling. It's not a great card. Doesn't really improve us. Let's see if he's slowed down a little bit on the turn. He tends to bet the turn 36% of the time, so not as much. I would say that he bets it when he has it. I feel like a small bet here might help fold out any missed hands he's got, but if he calls us, then obviously we're fucked. But if you don't bet, you can't win. We're not going to win it with Queen High. Yeah, he's got that. Good hand. We're going to leave this table now because it's been short-handed for ages. I don't think anyone wants to sit with us because we're mainly regs at the table. So we'll join a different table. 7-5's a load of shit. Let's get rid of that. 6-2 is a load of shit as well. Let's get rid of that. Let's join another table. I'm good. Paul Lopez, welcome to the table. 4-7, that's useless. I filled that. Okay, we're moving this table over to table one. It's the only table we've got going at the moment. Just going to have to focus on this for a bit because there aren't any good tables opening up, unfortunately. Okay. So we want to play relatively aggressively with the purple players and piss them off a bit, but in a sort of small, low ball way. Don't want to be doing what I did earlier, which was 5x 3-betting. Probably want to be doing more like 3.5x 3-betting. Possibly. Definitely going to widen my range a little bit. Trying to see as many flops as I can with them. Any top pair is the nuts for them when they're this short stacked and already purple tags. Make this. We're going to play with a few different sizes free bet with them. Small C bet. We'll min raise this under the gun. We get loads of calls. Multi-way pot, 2 overs. Can check this, potentially check call it, and see what happens. I fold to a pot size bet. I probably put in a small bet here. Actually, do I put a small? I'm going to put quite a large bet in, just over half the pot size of the pot. I actually really don't like that bet there at all. That's not just in hindsight. That's a really good river for us. I think we just put in a 35% of the pot bet as almost like a value bet. There we go. That was nice. We had Queen Jack, so we got lucky there. I really, in hindsight, with 4 people in the pot, just trying to bet to fold out hands with a draw on the board. It was just silly, really. It was silly. You should just realise that it's easy just to let that go, basically, unless you hit something for free. Then obviously you play for it. I'd love to get involved in the pot with him now, but I have 7-4. So I'll be a good boy and I'll fold it. I'll fold the 4 deuce. Just in case anyone's wondering as well, we're on a 10-minute delay. In case anybody does say anything in the chat and wonders why it takes me 10 minutes to respond. Wait, that's not how it works. I mean, in case. Wait, I can't. I've literally like confused myself with how a delay works. I'm just gonna keep check calling this chat. Give him slight credit because he was under the gun, but at the same time, still got top pair. And that is the nuts. Wait, what was I talking about? Wait, so we're on a 10-minute delay. You can say stuff as you see it, but it will be referring to action for me that was 10 minutes ago. Right, that makes sense. But I will see it instantly. Yes, that's right. There we go. It's okay. I figured it out. I really want to raise this guy because he's just posted his blinds. Just 8 jack. I don't want to start getting out of hand, out of position, into stupid spots. Right, we're back to 50% of our goal for the day, and we played half of the hands. So I guess we're on track. So I can't complain too much. We're at 14.6 big blinds per 100 for the day. Not too bad. Ace 8. Like we said earlier, we're going to keep the pressure on this guy. Oh, it would be so nice if we could actually hit some flops. Okay, so we got the gut shot. We've got no part of the flush. I'm just going to check. I reckon he's got king queen, and he'll check it back. 10-9. 10-9. That's good to call the 3-bet. 10-9 off. Fair enough. All right. The problem with c-betting there and him raising, or in any way we're building the pot there, is that if we are behind or it is marginal, then we just get even closer to an all-in position or a position where he can bluff us, and it just becomes too marginal and high variance. And I want to know that I've got him totally crushed when that time comes, and then stack him. So lots of picking on him and being aggressive pre-flop, and then not committing to the all-in thing until I know I've got him absolutely bummed. That is a very English expression. Not even that. He's playing 44% of the hands, raising 29% of the time. He's never free betting. He doesn't really fold to 3-bets too often, only 30% of the time. So 1 in 3 times when you free bet him, he'll fold, which is less than most people. I'll raise this up under the gun. I wouldn't normally raise ace 10 off under the gun, to be honest, but I just want to keep up a little bit of aggression. Eight queen. You see betting 50% of the flops, folding to see bet 33% of the time. I think we're going to call here just for value. Um, it'll be 1.5 big blinds in order to, well, definitely calling now. 1.5 big blinds to win. 8.5. Got to call that in case we'd flop like monster nuts. Oh, I'm getting cold. Well, it's not exactly an exciting flop for us, is it? Overcards are about it. Bit of a loose 3-bet, but got to keep up my aggression. Nine seven off on the cutoffs. Pretty marginal. Three is happy not to play, but one guy's sitting out. I don't mind playing it. I feel like five-handed or less, any pocket pair you play. Six-handed or more, you can fold anything below sixes pre-flop. Hmm. We'll fold that one. We've raised quite a few recently. Switch the connectors on the button. Fold it to us. Flop the nuts. Bottom pair, free kicker. Backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw. I don't know why this guy's taking so long. I've got the nuts, so small bet. He folds. We roll around in money. Whee! King deuce. Poor Paulo Lopez has posted the blinds again. We'll make it 5 to play. Pick up an extra big blind from earlier position. Didn't really want to see the call from Pacifistas, but we do have a pair, so we're going to lead with a 5 big blind bet. Put the pressure on a bit. We were the initial aggressors and he didn't re-raise me. So we could have bet a bit bigger, maybe representing like a sort of tens sort of holding, but I feel like this is fine. So I need to get out of that pot. I'll fold that. Ace nine. Feels like we haven't had a hand in ages. This isn't a monster, is it? But it's better. It feels like a monster considering how like hand dead we've been. See if there's any better tables opened up. It was a bit dead for a while. I feel like a lot of people today are just playing multi-table tourneys, aren't they? Pocket eights. We're on 2 waiting lists. Oh, fuck's sake, people fold round. Ace queen. Come on. Let's have some hands. Let's go. We get a raise under the gun. I think we'll call, seeing it's an under the gun raiser. Not a horrendous flop. I think we'll check call. Okay. So now we're drawing to the nut flush. It's a little coordinated in terms of the straights. I think it'll be fine to bet small here. Just sort of see where we're at. Ace two. It's possible that we're still ahead with this holding. Although any pocket pair beats us, obviously. Any connection with those 4 cards on the board. Let's see if we can get a cheap showdown. I think it's just very likely that under the gun, he's probably got something like a small pocket pair that could have connected pretty heavy with that. I think we'll just give it up. Still not really any tables. We're still on waiting lists, but no one's leaving. Oh, I found a table. Let me join it. Yay. Okay, we have a table too. And it's a good one. It's a good one. A7 under the gun. I'm just going to fold that. We've got ace5 on our new table too. Raise him here. Do a smallish 3-bet. Super small, but we have ace8 on both tables. Ace8 suited on table 2. We're just going to raise that up. We got a rather good flop here. Bet 50% a pot. I'm just folding it on the table 1, just so I've got a raise and out of position. That's a pretty good result. I think I'm just going to shove chips in here, given the 6-8 and the possible flush draw. Just going to get as many chips in the middle as I can. You could easily have ace king here, but I'd have thought a 3-bet would have come in. You could have pocket sixes. You could have called with pocket sixes. Pocket sixes does call pre-flop versus ace king, which probably 3-bets. He's quite aggressive. I've got to go with it. Oh, he's got the same hand. Oh no, he doesn't. Wait, sorry, what do you have? Oh, he had ace6. Oh, brutal. Okay, I thought he had ace8 as well. Wow. Well, that puts us well over our target for the day. So good job we got to open that table. It's going to sit out of table 2, and we'll sit out of table 1, and that concludes my session. Hurrah! Thank you guys for tuning in. Right, let's just update those stats. I'll show you the stats page. So another good day. $360 session, 361.75. So we'll fill that in on my spreadsheet. I'll see if I don't know if you can see this. Let me put this on table 1. So there we go. So we got 361 75 today from poker. Very nice. It took us 543 hands. And if we go back to for a total profit so far this month of 627.97, not bad. If we go back to the stats and we make this month, you can say 627.97, just as we just saw, and that's how it looked. Obviously a bad start, and then a good start, and then a good continuation, sorry. So we're currently at 18.5 big blinds for the month. That's cool. So I'll just go over a couple of hands before I call it a day from the last session. Let's have a look at yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't remember. We'll have a look anyway. Yes, it was. Okay, so let's look at just the marked hands. I'm not sure if I remember these hands much particularly, but we'll have a look at them anyway, because I marked them. So let's make this a bit bigger. So I'm in the small blind. I'm going to fold and a raise. So it's one thing to note is that this guy Raider Co is quite aggressive. He's played like 40% of the hands through 70 hands, and he raises it up, and I call from the big blind. I think I'm calling because rather than re-raising because of his aggression and getting a lot of three bets coming in. In fact, if I just change the HUD configuration, then it will go to my normal setup. There we go. So um, and we see a flop of 2-8 queen. I check. He checks. I think I was expecting him to bet. Obviously, now we've got top two pair. That is pretty mega nutty. But because of the clubs, we lead out for 10.69, and we get a call. Three. He bets out 60. Sorry, I bet out 60, and he calls. So I overbet it, um, and he shows us the king nine. So obviously very good for us. Um, I guess that the check on the flop worked in our favour, made us look like we had no part of it. So he can rationalise calling with the king because if I don't have anything on the flop and he also puts me on a king that I'm betting, then yeah, he's probably in the right ballpark to make a call. So that was nice, and ship the $155 pot to me. Whee! Next hand, we get Ace Jack. It's our friend Radico again, raising it up. This time I make the call again. I don't free bet. We miss the flop. He bets. We float. Comes a four. I check. He bets 12 this time, and I decide to float. I think my thinking here is that 8-10-8. It's unlikely that he hits any part of that when he c bets. So you make the float. The fact that he then bets again on a four is just like, as far as I'm concerned, the four changes nothing. It's like it's a total brick. So for him to bet just bigger, it's sort of like, well, is that is there any reason why I shouldn't call? And I couldn't really think of one. It's like if you're calling the flop, then you're calling the turn, and then it comes a three, and by this point the pot's up to $41, and I still think that I'm probably good. I want a cheap showdown, but he's got to have an 8 or a 10 or a 4 or a 3. It's not that many cards there, really. It's unlikely he has something. I think that if he has a pocket pair, he's playing it a lot more aggressively. Um, anyway, I check, just wanting a cheap showdown, and he bets another $29. Um, at that point, I really do want to make the call. I don't feel like anything has changed. I do still feel like I could be ahead, and it's $100 pot, and he shows us the king jack, and we were right. We were ahead with the ace. So that was a nice pot, and I think that was just like an interesting hand, just because of the way he bet on total bricks. Like I think if you're gonna just barrel three times, you've got to do it on the right boards. And ultimately, this was just the wrong board for him to triple barrel. And so happy to call him down with the ace jack and ship another nice pot to us. This is a good example of how this chap was a purple tag, how you can just profit from purple tags at these tables. This is a small hand with ace king. Let's just make that a bit bigger. Okay, so we're in the big blind this time. Once again, There's a raise to 5. Radico gets out of the way this time, and Suck Job makes it 22, and I ram it all in, and he folds. I'm not quite sure why that was tagged. I don't think it was supposed to be tagged, but there you go. Not the most orthodox way to do it, I guess. Ace King, just ramming it all in, but I don't dislike it. I think that was probably marked by mistake, to be honest, that hand. And here's a nice hand. This is an interesting one to look at. We have aces. What a beautiful sight. Now, I think one of the reasons why I just wanted to sort of show this is that like this was quite soon after the ace king. I've been playing very aggressively, and as I'd mentioned earlier, when I was trying to pick on that purple tag player, I was picking on Radico. I've called him down with ace high. I've been re-raising him a lot, and just basically trying to rile him up a little bit because he's the most aggressive loose player that's just firing off with almost anything. He raises, and so this is playing perfectly for me when I look down and see aces. I make it 24, a really much larger 3-bet than I would normally do against him, just because I feel like it's the perfect timing. He just feels like I'm doing this with all sorts at this stage. And he's like snap calls me. It was a real fast call. 3-7 king, he checks to me, and I bet 36. Three quarters, about 70% of the pot. He calls, just beautiful. It's almost scary that he calls. If he's gonna if he just doesn't put me on anything, he's going to be aggressive and just wants to like push me off it, then he probably moves all in there, or at least puts in a raise to like 70 and leaves himself a little bit, and hopes that I sort of go away, or like 72 or something. But flatting looks pretty strong, but he is just a purple tag player. You just need to put the money in. They will call with any part of the board. I had to remind myself this at this point. When you look down, you see aces, and you end up the pot gets bigger, and they keep calling. It's easy to think like, oh god, they've got a set. He checks back to me, and I just decide to ram it all in, given the fact that there's now a 7 and a 9, a king and a 9. There's 2 spades, and I just think that I don't want anything to get even remotely drawy against me. He is a very aggressive player. If he's got like a king, he's probably calling. And he does call. Oh shit. What has he got? Oh fucking shit. He has got the mega second nuts. King, queen. What an easy $409 pot that was. And there you go. So that was my last session. Basically got all of it from one player, as happens a lot of the time, to be honest. And yeah, today's been another profitable session. Nice to put another 300 odd into my spreadsheet for December, and hopefully that continues through to tomorrow. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next stream. Thanks for watching this. If you did like it and you want to see more videos, then please follow me, because I have like no followers basically. I've got like 3 followers or something, and it's like my mum, my wife, my best mate. So yeah, also I'm going to upload some of these videos to YouTube. I might do some more hand analysis videos as I develop a good bank of interesting hands, which I'll put onto YouTube. And yeah, go over there, check it out, and subscribe, and let's build a little community. That'd be nice. Anyway, thanks very much. I'll see you in the next stream. Bye.